the sign actually works. Am I on air? Gonna give this a bit of a refresh so I can see what you guys are all saying in there, but I'm assuming it's going because this is spinning, so welcome. Awesome to be here. Awesome to have you guys here. I don't know why my toilet just went off. There's no one else in the house. There's always a future project in the house, right? Welcome. I see you guys in the comments already. I can't believe what we've got 8 days left to Christmas. And next week when we do this, my son will be out of school, so hopefully gonna have him in here as well. Always fun to share that stuff. Always fun to do stuff with him. I find it's easier for me to make videos on my own and then just include bits with him instead of make him be part of the entire video making process. He likes to film some stuff too, though, so that's always fun getting him involved with that. Um, and he's getting pretty good at it. Although I haven't done it in like a month and a half now that I think of it. So I should probably check and make sure that his skills are still up to snuff. But let's see who we got in the comments here first. Welcome to Dadified if you're new. Thanks for joining us. Subscribe if you haven't already. Also, if you're in the chat, take a quick minute to hit the like on this thing. I know the chat usually covers up the like and share and all that other fun stuff. But yeah, great seeing more of you guys in here. Let's see what I missed. I already saw David was in here before. Aiden was in here as well. Badass Trains is in there as well. Oh man, let's see. Let's get this thing started. Arizona representing. UP3982 is in here again. What's up, pal? And then Viker Studios. Oh, thanks for the... I got this from just down the road. Union Pacific headquarters is a dangerous place because they've got a killer gift shop. Let's see. Oh, if you guys like the hoodie, inside the hood part of it, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but pretty sure Big Boy is... Let me see if I can see it in here. But you can see they've got a picture of him inside the hood, so that's kind of fun. Give the stream a like. Oh no, thanks, Strike Eagle. 15E F15Es are fantastic. When I was in middle school, we made 1/48 scale model jets. I wish I had kept more of those because O gauge is 1/48 ish kind of scale. Yeah, it would have been fun to have some fighter. Well, they're modern fighters that I mostly did. I did have, and I remember this when we were watching the Polar Express the other night. Hero Boy's got a P-38 Lightning hanging from his ceiling, and I totally had a model kit of the P-38, but I'm pretty sure that meant an untimely demise with some 4th of July fireworks because Nebraska. Let's see. Hello from Chicago. Harry's in here again. What's up, buddy? Joe Hampton, how you doing, pal? I'm doing well. Glad you guys are in here. You guys have any fun stuff planned for the holiday season? Let me know down in the chat and stuff. Gonna kind of fill you guys in on plans here. Talk about what's on the layout. Also, I've had quite a few questions from folks asking, "Hey, where'd you get the little wreaths that you put on the front of like your engines and such?" And that for me is just a quick trip to Hobby Lobby. They've got like a miniatures area for like, I think it's for like doll houses and such, but those fit perfect over the lamps on an O gauge train. But yeah, so been doing that. Let's see. Chooch is in here. What's up, buddy? And J Farm Display, hello, welcome to the stream. And Aiden got to see 1225 this week. Most beautiful steam engine I've ever seen. I am so glad the real Polar Express, the not this guy, the not animated version, Perry Marquette, 1225. Last year missed the whole season, I'm pretty sure. And then this year looked like it was going to do the same. Like they were testing and getting stuff ready to go. And on old equipment, you know, sometimes things just let go whenever the heck it feels like. And I was afraid it was going to miss this season too. But from the sounds of it, Aiden got to see it, so that's really cool. No one tucked away, Big Boy. What you talking about, badass? Let's see. No one tucked away, Big Boy. I mean, There's a big boy behind me, and I got 4014 over there in the corner. It's okay. I'll figure it out. All right. Viker says I got a 148th P61 Black Widow awaiting a rainy day to be built. If that's the Revell monogram kit, I totally had that built too. I forget what happened to that one. That one was kind of neat because I had a little rotating like machine gun section on the top of it. I know you could glue it in place, but I kept mine loose so that we could actually move it around. So all of like your 148 scale aircraft model kits have them with the landing gear down. And I don't know if newer kits give you the option or not, but we went to great lengths to make ours with the gear up. Because A, the gear always broke when you were playing with them. And B, if you were playing with them, you usually want the gear up because you're, in a dogfight with your buddy. Man, my friends over in Lakeshore, those are some good times. I remember packing up a backpack with actually kind of similar way to that. I bring trains to the clubhouse now. Wrap them up in like a kind of a felty, kind of cushy blanket, maybe not felt, but like in a fleece blanket, and kind of pack them strategically so that way the rear stabilizers aren't breaking off and such. And we would go over to my buddy's house down the street and play World War III in his basement with a cassette of the Top Gun soundtrack playing. And then whenever, because it was a cassette and you couldn't skip easily, whenever the "Take My Breath Away" part came on, we'd all like, ugh, gross, this is the lovey-dovey scene. And we'd like make all these gross faces, and his mom would roll his eyes at us. Those were good times. Let's see. No, Santa's totally real. How do you think we got half these trains? And speaking of, I actually just want to know in the comments, do you guys know what Santa's bringing you this year? Or do you have something that you kind of hinted for, asked for from a relative or a friend or something like that? Man, if you got a friend that's giving you a locomotive, you got really good friends. I've gotten like freight cars and stuff, and they've helped me find trains like 3977 back here. But whew, I don't got any friends with deep enough pockets to gift me an engine. Actually, no, that's not true. Little Silver Bell Express back here is new to the layout. That was gifted to us from our friend Mark with the Nebraska-Iowa Railroaders. And he said, yeah, if you can get it running, you can have it. Well, I love Mark to death, but I think he underestimates just how useful one of these things is. Because on older Lion Chief models, if you don't have the remote, oh man, you can't use the engine. Nope. Pick up a universal remote from literally any hobby shop or Amazon or whatever, turn it on, press a button, and it will automatically pair with whatever locomotives aren't already paired up with something. And it'll work on your older Lion Chiefs, even the very original versions of Lion Chief, these universal remotes will work with. And away you go. And so he gave it to us while we were at the what we affectionately refer to as the train mall. He gave it to us there, and I had my universal remote, so I'm like, buddy, do you want to run your new train? And clicked it, paired up, boom, ran down the line, no problem. And then he discovered what the dialogue button does on this train. It plays Christmas music. And I wish I had my camera rolling for his expression to that. He's like, he had this huge, wonderful smile on his face. And the whole rest of the time he was like, I want to run the Christmas train engine with the music going around and around and around. And that's exactly what he did. It was awesome. Oh, Badass has a silver bell too. Cool. Anyone else got like Christmas trains that you guys run this time of year, or even really any time? Hey, Karsten, what's up from across the pond? Let's see. Oh, someone sounds like somebody's getting one of those 060 Docksiders from Eric's. That's cool that they're doing those like super affordable. I don't say super affordable. So they're still a couple $100. But the Lion Chief Docksiders here. I rant and rave about these little things because they're packed with detail. They can be used so many different ways. You can run it with a Lion Chief remote. You can address it with, your base 1, 2, or 3. The The smoke output's fantastic on these, and the newer ones have front and rear electrocouplers, which make them great for actually doing switching duty. Um, Speaking of switchers, I got some cool stuff coming with that too. 'Cause yeah, we kind of focus on like mainline freight and passenger trains, and we don't do a whole lot with switching because I don't have a whole lot of room for switching. So the engines we have are the engines we have, and that's it. Except we are still adding one. Let's see. In-laws across the country are giving me a gift card for a local train store. They know me well. That's awesome, Viker. That's great. Anyone else? That is a great way, like, because even if they can't buy you a whole train, they can maybe buy you part of a train. um, Great way. Let's see. Oh, my hood is hiding the big boy. I see it. Gotcha. No worries. I'm probably getting a gnarled stick and a lump of coal. Well, if you're a if you operate a steam locomotive, getting coal is great because that's fuel. Actually, I saw somebody that like, hey, all the bad kids just pool together with all of your coal and go donate it to like a scenic railroad so that way they can have some more fuel to run. And you'll probably that's a good gift to give to a steam locomotive, and so maybe you'll be on the nice list next year. Mike, what's the oldest locomotive we have? Big Rich asks. That's a great question. We've got a Lionel post-war Scout 1654 from 1946, 47, one of those two. Um, and that was given to my dad from one of his older cousins. So it's not even secondhand overland; it's third hand at this point because it's here. Um, that's the oldest locomotive we've got. And then there's quite the time gap between that and we've got a little Santa Fe that was in like a cannonball set. I don't know if it's considered MPC era or not, but it's like from the 80s. Just a little 240, whatever wheel arrangement that would be. And then everything else is pretty much late 90s on up. All right, I better catch up with all these cool comments. Oh man, guys are making it fun. You usually do. All right, TDKC's here. Hey, buddy. If Santa isn't real, then why do presents say from Santa? Checkmate, right? He wouldn't sign them if he wasn't there. I know I'm getting a couple box cars. David, pilot drummer, is saying, and a 2-bay hopper. Cool. Now, are those things that you gift yourselves that you know that you want, or are those things that like you've like told people? Like, how do you know what you're getting? I'm curious. There's a bunch of ways to do this. Are you thinking of getting a Canadian Pacific Royal Hudson? Ye old sea witch, maybe? It almost looked like sea switch for a second, but no plans to add any Canadian Pacific or Canadian National stuff yet, but I do have a couple pieces of rolling stock that have Canadian Pacific and Canadian National on them. I mean, I guess it's sort of Midwest. Um, yeah, it would be cool. The Royal Hudson especially would be neat to add. The trouble with adding a Royal Hudson is my trouble with passenger trains in general because you can't just get the locomotive, you got to get the cars to go behind it. I know you could cheat. Like my buddy Dell gets these green Pullman cars and puts them behind anything. So yeah, they work. But if you're getting the Royal Hudson, you want the Canadian Pacific cars behind it too. I'm not getting trains for Christmas. I assume J Farm said trains, not the other word that he printed. But I'm wanting to buy a K-Line Berkshire. Oh, like those ones with the weird like feed water heater that kind of like looks like the massive overbite on the like, it's like a it's almost like a roof over the front of the smoke box. There's this big curved section. Um, if that's what you're thinking of, those are really cool. And that tooling now belongs to Lionel, and they did the A1 Berkshires a catalog or two ago, or three maybe. So there are legacy versions if you want that tooling, but you want modern control, if you want the newest Bluetooth legacy, all that stuff, or if you want that tooling, but you don't want to pay buku bucks for it, that's where the K-Line version comes in. And the nice thing with K-Line engines is when Lionel does rerun something of theirs, then suddenly there's parts for it again. And also, since all those K-line engines that have rail sounds and uh, TMCC, you can still get replacement parts for those from Electric Railroad, at least for now. I don't know how many more years they have backlogged of parts for that stuff, but I feel like buying a small like armory of boards is good for the health and longevity of our collection. All right. I'm starting to catch up here. Mount Pleasant. Oh, I just missed. Ha! Christmas Light Express is amazing. I love how the setup of the boxcar lighting and sounds run separate. Have you seen one recently? I don't think I've seen the Christmas Light Express, but I've seen plenty of. Maybe I have. I've seen plenty of Christmas trains before. I think we kind of all have. Mount Pleasant rail fans in here. Oh, nice. Harry's Model Train pre-ordered RBP's 060. Nice. For Christmas trains, I learned that sitting Lego minifigures fits perfectly in an N-scale gondola. If you haven't already noticed behind me, we've got 2 rows of Lego minifigures sitting in a gondola behind us. We like giving him tours of the line, especially since upstairs right now he's got a big old Lego city set up. But having a lot of fun with Legos again. And people always ask, why didn't you get into Lego trains? And I'm like, well, because Lego trains are expensive. Mike, you're in O gauge. It's already expensive. So, maybe I screwed that one up. Oh, well. It's funny because if you do Lego trains, you lose the third rail, so you get more prototypical, right? No, because now you're Legos and now that's no longer prototypical. It's whatever bricks you can get together to sort of represent. Are Legos considered semi-scale? I don't know. Let's see. Big Rip says, oh, yeah, and the ES44. It is interesting to see how those have become different, like over the years. Where is my? Oh, there's my RBP switcher. This is not only different from the paint scheme that's on his steam locomotives, but it's even a different finish. Like this is a glossy. Well, you can't really tell because I haven't dusted apparently. This is a glossier finish, especially on the red up here. Um, and it's different from the kind of more matte and even the kind of color samples that the come on, Mike, that the A6 Atlantic that we have has, and the new I imagine the new switcher is going to have the 060 is going to have that same kind of deal. Let's see. Weaver is the best for older stuff. I don't have any Weaver stuff. I was looking at getting a Chicago Northwestern Yellow Belly, not Yellow Belly, Yellow Jacket. Sorry, Yellow Belly's CNO. But the Yellow Jacket's really cool. I know MTH makes like their streamlined steam engine, um, but the kind of dark green brownish with the gold pinstripes, it's not that I don't like it, it's that I would prefer Chicago Northwestern engines to have their iconic yellow and green. And the Yellow Jacket version that Weaver makes looks fantastic, but I'm told it won't clear 048 corners. So that kind of puts it out for adding to here, unfortunately. Dathan's in here, Newt's in here. Oh, Newt, I missed you last night. Ray was mad about oh well, not mad, but playful banter. He's like, hey, Nick's Crossing made me a moderator in last night's live stream that he did. And he's like, hey, if you see Newt, put him in timeout for me. I'm like, first of all, Newt's not in here. Second of all, I don't want to abuse the power that I've just recently been given right out of the gates. I'll let you guys sort that one out. All right. Christmas scenery is looking good. Thanks, my train room. It's my buddy up the road, kind of in the kind of northwest of here. But yeah, I added one more string of lights. I did find one at. These lights come from Target. In case you're looking for them, they're probably all sold out by now. You got to get them beginning part of the season because the small little lights tend to sell out quick, and they don't carry very many of them. You'll get all your standard outdoor lights, the big regular size LEDs. But these are nice because they color change. They're nice and tightly spaced. A lot of them are like twice as wide for the spacing. I think the closer spacing works better for O gauge. And they plug into a wall. It's not a stupid little battery box you got to fiddle around with. So I've been a fan of that. Big Rich says, "Thanks for going live and bringing us together." Oh, my pleasure. Yeah, this has been a fun deal to do with um, it's lunchtime. No one else really has like a live stream this time of day, which on the one hand kind of stinks because I know there's folks that would like to join in that are working or are busy or whatever the deal is. But it's consistent time that I have available. Evenings are very busy as a dad, and also since I work some evenings as well. And it's hard enough just to take one Friday a month to do the Three Rails for Dad show with my buddies Art and Dell and Ray. If you haven't seen our show with Jason with JD Stucks, that was a ton of fun and also really heartwarming. I really enjoyed, especially the close of that show. So if you watch the beginning, like most people will watch like the first 5 minutes of a big long live stream, and that'll be it. Skip to the end when he's talking about. Well, I'll let you find out. Skip to the end of the live stream if you haven't seen it, and yeah, that was a really good, I guess, monologue you could call it, but that was a really good answer to the questions that we had. Would totally abuse moderator power, Newt. Oh, next time Ray's in here, I'll give you moderator powers, and you can put him in timeout just for funsies. But I don't know if Ray will ever get one of these Tuesdays off. Tom's in here too. Oh, I see him up there. What's up, buddy? Oh man, the Tom got the I can't even the gantry crane, and those are so cool. I just don't. I hardly have enough room for the yards I have, and the yards I have aren't straight. They're all curved because it just kind of barely fits within that 048 loop over there on that side. So a gantry crane doesn't really work because they just need long straight sections. Um, I guess you could just like set up the gantry crane in the back, and just have it work around a few things. But we already have the maintenance of way crane, the green um, TMCC crane that I can. That's a little more versatile, but it's not really for like loading and unloading. It's for clearing wrecks. And if you haven't seen my video on that I made last year, it actually can work to clear wrecks. We used it to pull cars out from the far reaches of the layout. That's a pain in the butt to reach. I can reach it with like a big metal pole like a Neanderthal, but we have the technology. We have the ability, as long as the track isn't shorted, to move that crane back there, turn him around, and to hook onto and lift up and then drag back out anything that's been derailed way in the back far corner. So cool to use that. Again, not so much to like load like equipment and stuff or like goods like a gantry crane would, but to save our trains. Let's see. Oh, I missed Nick's. Nick's live streams are always fun. I wish he had time for more of them, and I know he does too. But he's just a busy guy, so always glad I can jump on whenever he can. Dathan knows what I'm talking about with the live stream. He says that was a special one with Jason. That was a good time. Oh, thank you for watching it, Harry. Later, on Sunday night, he was able to watch the recap. Great. I agree. In the end was really cool. Yeah, I think everyone seems to agree with me there. Jason was a really good guest. Well, Jason's a good guy, anyways, so it's no surprise he's a good guest. But it is interesting sometimes, like if you watch the live stream with him and Chris, like right before York, he's definitely a lot more like playful and almost like what's the word I'm looking for? He's almost like more mischievous. Um, and Chris was even telling me there were a couple times where I was like, man, I can't like mute him or edit this, so whatever he says sticks to the tape. Um, and he was definitely a little bit more not reserved in this one, but there was definitely a lot more heart in this one. And it was also great to see Shelby and also his dog in there, and the bit with the sandwich. It was just a fun time. Shameless plug. go watch the Three Rails for Dads. If you haven't already subscribed to that, I don't know how like we get so many folks watching month after month, how we're still like haven't punched through the 1,000 subscriber mark with that one yet. Let me know if you got ideas or if there's things that we need to change or fix up with that. What other guests you guys want to see us have on the show? The first of the year in January, we'll obviously have our anniversary show because that'll mark the start of our third year doing it. Um, and also we'll have the catalog then too. That's always fun to do. Mike, you need the Lionel tugboat. Big Rich says I need a tugboat. I barely have enough room for what I have. Where am I going to put water? You know who needs a tugboat is Ray, because he had the water issue. Too soon? No. Let's see. The crane car was awesome seeing it in person. Oh yeah, because David got to when he was in town. He's in Omaha every now and then for being a pilot. Yeah, I get to see it in action. The thing I really like about those accessories is you get to use your remote or whatever in a completely different way. There's a whole different list of settings and things that you need to know to operate the crane. So that's cool. The Challenger Trainmaster Challenger guy says, Mike, when are you going to go to Scranton? Because I would love to run some O gauge. Well, we were passing through Scranton on our way back from our big East Coast trip, and that was really only for like 2 hours. I assume you're talking about Steamtown. That was amazing. Meeting up with folks there. Jim Gam was there. My other co-hosts from the Three Rails for Dads. Got to meet some other folks out there too. It was a really wonderful trip. But either next spring or next fall, I'm thinking of taking my son back to York and kind of spending some more time in that part of the country. So I might be in the Scranton area. I don't know yet. Everything just keeps getting more and more expensive these days, and travel budgets shrink as a result. So I don't know. We'll see. I would love to. Get rid of Ray. That will get you subscribers. Oh man, I hope Ray gets to watch the recap on it. Actually, no, I'm just literally just gonna send him like the time bits on when Newt gives him a jab, and then we'll see some more banter between those two. It's all healthy, folks. These guys don't hate each other. I don't think. Big Rich says, Mike, between the four of you guys, who has the most trains? Because he who dies with the most trains wins. I've got 25 or so. I think Art and I might have the most. Dell, no, I don't know how many Dell has in it because I know he sold a bunch too. Because he had a bunch of pre-war stuff as well. I don't remember how much Dell has. And then Ray just has diesels. I don't know. He has a Docksider. Everyone's got a Docksider. At least all of us. 3 years, 4 dads. Oh, nice. I didn't even think of that. That's funny. The Great Railroad Productions says, hello. Thanks for joining us. All right. Let's see. What else am I missing? Bought my first Menards building yesterday, the Amtrak station and the water tower. Nice job, Harry. Did you get those? I know you do O and HO. Which one did you get them in? We have the water tower. That was our first Menards purchase at all for O gauge stuff. We'd gotten hardware from there before, but I had never gotten trains because we weren't doing them yet. But the water tower is really nicely detailed and very affordable, and because it doesn't have to plug in anything because there's no power to it, you can put it anywhere. And that's kind of what I liked about it, because when we got the water tower, we were still on the carpet in this room, and so you could just kind of put it in the yard, call it a day. I got my little hobo band now. All the guys picking banjos and such, kind of at the foot of it now. That's kind of been a fun little scene to do. I'm always hesitant to glue things down because then I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna change my mind. I'm gonna rearrange things. I'm gonna move stuff. So like all the people in here are just kind of like leaning up against things. There's very few things for scenery that are like permanently like glued or screwed down in place. So just gotta be careful. Oh, and the bush is missing again from covering up that plug in the side of that Menards building. I'm sure it. Oh, I can already see it over there. Sometimes my son will drive past the building a little bit too close and catch the bush that's hiding the power plug in there. Those Menards buildings are great. You have the Arby's, nice. You got pirate fast food, Arby's. See, we got to get Ray into some steam. Yes, we do. I keep giving Ray trouble, and I do have a gift to give Ray when he gets a big boy. But no big boy, no gift. And I brought it with me to the last York show because I was pretty certain he was finally gonna get the big boy 4012. But he's like, "Oh yeah, I need to test and make sure it'll clear my layout, and I keep asking Joe Grzbowski if I can borrow a scale big boy just to see if it'll clear my corners. Because the corners are fine. He's got 072, but the hangover, where the pilot's here and the boiler's hanging out comically to the left, is probably going to gouge out his drywall. If I'm being completely honest, I don't know if he has the clearance for it. So he does need to test that. But when he does get it, then I can finally give him this gift. I'm withholding that gift from you, Ray. I brought it with me to Pennsylvania and then brought it back because you didn't get a big boy. I'm not joking. I've got it. Oh, what I missed. Oh, it says another great spot is the old Erie station in Birmingham, New York, because I am closer to that than Scranton. Um, I don't know where. Sorry, not Birmingham, Bingham, Bingham, something with the B. um, yeah, I mean, shoot, I if I had all the time and the money in the world, I would just go. Maybe when I'm old and retired, whenever that is. I mean, I'll definitely get old, but retirement. I don't think I'll ever have enough money to actually retire. I'll just have to be work my whole life and be a people greeter at Walmart. If they still have people at Walmart by then, I mean, shoot, all those jobs are getting replaced by robots. So fun. Big Rich says no Harry Potter train. No, I never really got into Harry Potter. Um, and my son knows of it, I think. But yeah, no Harry Potter train. We're Polar Expressing and Silver Bell Expressing with no problems there. Let's see. Let's scroll back down and try and catch back up. I was doing so well, and then I got to talking again. Shoot. Oh, Trish says I do an excellent Ray impersonation. Thanks. Vicker as well. Oh, Aiden, everyone's chiming in about my Ray impersonation. Okay. It's all in good fun, buddy. If you're watching this later. If he hits the drywall, he gets another water. Oh, right, yeah. Then he'll get the tugboat because he'll have another leak, right? This morning, I was also working to resolve a clearance issue with my Athearn Challenger. Yeah, I mean, it's the big engines, especially articulated stuff. It's not the track you got to worry about. It's track side stuff. And the thing that I realized is if you get more like big boys and challengers are both articulated the same kind of way. And so as long as the big boy clears, you know the challenger will clear. But there are some things that don't clear as well for things like my cab forward. The whole cab hangs out over the edge of the track quite a ways. We almost hit the wall over here and in that back corner over there with the cab overhang. And then my T1 duplex, it's not technically articulated, it just has some cheating wheels inside. And so the front is fixed and the pilot wheels stick out. So the whole front of the engine is hanging out. There are things you got to keep in mind with trackside clearance. Shoot, I even run into when we're at the train club. My favorite layout to run on there is super twisty and turny, but my big boy will only run around that layout one direction. If we turn him around and have him go the opposite way, the cab swing out when it goes around those curves hits stuff, and it will derail itself and trip the fuses and all that fun stuff. Newt says, yes, we need more of Mike's Ray impersonation or impression. Does he have a challenger? No, he doesn't even have a challenger. You know what, Ray? If you get any UP articulated steam, I will give you this gift that I've had waiting in the wings for you. So I will accept a challenger, even if it's the older type. I forget what they call the older type. The later, heavier challengers that they built after Big Boy. Those are my favorites. Actually, if anything, like everyone's like, "Ooh, Big Boy, Big Boy, Big Boy." Yeah, Big Boy is great, but the challengers they made after it are based on what they learned from the Big Boy, applied to a smaller, more nimble, more versatile wheel arrangement. And that's why you see things like the Greyhound Challenger that was pulling passenger trains through the Pacific Northwest and Northern California. Um, because, yeah, it's a big locomotive, it's powerful, but like Big Boy, you still have to think about track clearances because it is two sets of 8 wheels. There are still limitations to that design. They knew the trackage that it was going to operate on. They knew the Wasatch Mountain Range was where it was going to operate. So they didn't really have to worry too much about uses elsewhere. But with all that knowledge that they had, and because there was a wartime ban on producing anything new, they used the tech from the Big Boy to create the heavy challengers. So like 3985, my 3977 here, all have the Big Boy to thank for being these super powered heavy challengers. They're awesome. I can't wait to see 3985 running. If I was a rail fan this whole time, if I was into all this stuff from when I was a kid to when we moved here to all that stuff, then I probably would have had a chance to actually see 3985 running when we moved out this way. And 844 for that matter as well. I've only seen 844 once, and it was on a siding at the College World Series. Uh, if you're ever going to visit Omaha, it's tricky because hotels are kind of booked up and such. But come during the College World Series because A, the series is a ton of fun. B, the tailgating food is amazing, especially if LSU is there. And LSU is almost always at the Men's College Baseball World Series. But also, UP always has something on display at their home plate track, which is right across the street from the stadium. They've brought Big Boy, they've brought 844, they brought the 1616 diesel, the Abraham Lincoln. They always bring the Streamliner cars for display. It's really cool. So if you're in Omaha, or if you want to visit Omaha, come during the series because the whole downtown is a big party. And then there's all the other stuff to do then as well. And if you are in the area, let me know because I love playing tour guide and I would love to hang out and show you the cool places to go and all that. And I keep asking the Three Rails Four Dads crew because Dell's been out here to come out and visit for a bit because I know it's Omaha, Nebraska. It's not exactly the top destination on most people's lists for vacationing. But especially if you've got kids, there's great stuff here for them to do. Even if you don't have kids, I mean, shoot, David can attest. There's plenty of stuff to do here. So, and you've got yourself a volunteer tour guide. I talked way too long there. I don't even recognize any of these messages. These are all new. You guys just keep rolling. I love it. Just run the Big Boy backwards like Strasburg. Yeah, I guess we could. Big Az says, I've been lucky. I work in Virginia, Norfolk in particular, so win. But my job's headquarters is in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So when I travel on my business trips, paid business trips equal trains for me every time. That's cool. Ray also has an Atlantic City Camelback. Oh yeah, that thing's got some cool dude. And Ray even dressed up for that review. He looked fancy. Um, if even he gets on the UP starter kit Steam, wait, if Big Rich has said something, I'm sure about if he even gets a starter kit UP. No, no. Ray needs to get more than just an 080 switcher. I see what you're saying. All right. Bill's in here. What's up? Thanks for joining us. Better late than never, buddy. MTH Rail King semi-scale is what I have, and it works on 027. Yeah, so if it's even tighter turn radiuses that you need, Rail King outperforms Lion Master. But I found if you're getting stuff like, if you've got 027, you're typically running more of your post-war kind of stuff anyways. Whereas if you're running anything like even quasi kind of realistic, 031 is going to be the tightest thing you ever run into, mostly 036. So your Lion Master tends to do better there. But all the cool new Hudsons are coming out, and my buddy Art, that has two of them, gosh, a 2 Vision Line twofer for the end of the season. That's a punch to the wallet, but also amazing. But he said that they even run on 036. I can't believe that. Which makes me wonder, why bother with the Lion Master Hudson if the Vision Line Hudson can clear 036? That's nuts. But I'll tell you why you bother with Lion Master. Because A, it's literally half the cost of the Vision Line. And B, if you've got those tight of turns, you probably have smaller trains anyways, and it looks better with those. And it's not that much more sized down from the scale Hudson, from what I saw from Art's video anyways. I do want to see like a side by side of the Vision Line Hudson and like the Lion Master Hudson. I would love to see that. Big Rich says, "Hey, you guys should start a train challenge." That's a great. Challenges are always a fun. Oh, if you haven't already done it, do your Bill B's boxcar challenge and tag him and everything, so that way he can have cool stuff to watch this holiday season. And I would plug Dave Griffin's kind of year-end stuff, but I'm pretty sure the deadline for that was yesterday. So I hope you guys got the layouts I've been seeing on Dave's channel are fantastic. I love seeing the variety that's in there. You got super realistic stuff. You got traditional post-war stuff. You got guys that are kind of in the middle like me, but are doing it better, if you ask me. Dave's train room. Dave has an awesome layout. I really like his backdrops. Gonna get 5401 with the PT tender, but unfortunately I am broke. It's okay. You'll still be able to find him for a bit here. What's flat? Let me see. Someone just said something's flat about Nebraska. I guess you haven't been to Omaha. There's plenty of hills. Let's see. Union Pacific always searching for more power. That's true. More power. They're related to Tim Allen, I'm sure. Did Mike just invite us to his house for the College World Series? Yes, Newt, I did. You can't stay here because I don't have the room. I hardly have enough room for O-gauge trains. I mean, unless you want to sleep on the couch surrounded by trains all night, which actually doesn't sound too bad. And I've totally done that before. Like the wife was sick, and the guest bedroom was a mess because it was upside down for like storage stuff for a bit there. So yeah, I literally would just come down here and sleep. Not with the trains running though. It might have been fun. Actually, if I left the trains running, I wouldn't sleep. I would probably just want to play. Let's see, what else am I missing? Let's just go all the way down to the bottom and see what I missed. 027 is good for trolley in the city scene. Oh, that's a good point. Oh. Oh, shoot, you might have just finally figured out a way for me to do a trolley. I might have the greatest wife ever, because she actually said, "Hey, you got this box and there's a third level technically. Why don't you have 3 levels of trains back here?" Why don't I have 3 levels of trains? That's a great idea. Do 027 up there, do just like a little loop that goes in and out, like through a mountain. Kind of like, I think Peachy has a setup like that, where there's a trolley that goes in and out of the top level of her mountain that she has in the corner of her layout. That would be cool. Let's see. Art also told me it ran on 036. He posted a short either on YouTube or Instagram showing it navigating 036 curve. Can't remember which app it was on. Yeah, I can't keep track of all the different social media stuff either, but that's cool that he can do that. Merry Christmas from Brookshire 736. Hey, you too. Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining us in here. Let's see what else. Can someone with track planning knowledge help me? Can I fit 089 Gargraves track on a 9.5 by 8 table? Yeah, someone get a calculator. I don't have one close by, but yeah, sure. That'll work, right? I'm off work waiting for my Muffin Custom PNLE Hudson. That's the one that PGH Train Fanatic kind of had him do, isn't it? That's cool. It's like a custom run for Nick, but it's not. It's like not like a channel custom run. It's one that he like had them do. That's cool. Mike's wife is cool. She let me have a small dining room for my train layout. Oh no, your wife is cool. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like, what did my wife have to do with your train layout? What do I not know? No, I know. You can do a trolley on 021 Super Streets. Wow, 021. Now we're getting real tiny. Mr. Rogers. I still think they need to make, I'm sure it's a copyright thing now because Daniel Tiger uses that sound effect, but they need to make a Mr. Rogers trolley that when you run it goes diddle 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 ching ching. Although that might get old hearing that over and over and over again. Tubular 096 on my wide end, which is 9 feet wide. So yeah, if you're doing 089, then that should work. It'll be close. Big Rich, that's great. Oh, and Salty's in here too, and Steamroll Willie. Hey, we're getting some more in here. Whenever I see more folks coming in, I always have to check the clock and see how long I've gone because getting me to shut up is the trick. Um, yeah, so Christmas stuff coming up. We kind of started talking with it, but I suppose we can jump back in. Um, mo- Most of our immediate family, all of our immediate family is here in town, so we'll do stuff over my parents and kind of do half Christmas here. My son can open his gifts here, and then later in the day go over to there, and that's always fun. We used to travel to the East Coast. I'm originally from the Massachusetts area. My mom still Paxicon, Harvard Boulevard. She still has the accent. We never really did when we were kids. My sister and I grew up mostly in like southern New Hampshire. Less of a less of an accent there, unless you had parents with real thick, heavy Bostonian accents. But we used to always go back to the East Coast to visit grandparents. My aunt and uncle are still out there, and my cousins. But actually, recently they've been starting to come out to see us. Um, Not last year, but the year before, they came around Thanksgiving time and kind of early Christmas time. So like they were here for Thanksgiving and then kind of into the beginning part of December. And we had just put up the Polar Express for the first time. So I actually unveiled the Polar Express to my son while my aunt and uncle and cousins were here. So that was fun. Great memory. There's all these cool memories around these trains. And I think that's part of what dictates what I do and don't keep. Because now, like, you can just buy, but eventually you run out of money, run out of space, or both. And so I have sold some trains, but the ones that I definitely can't are ones that have some sort of core memory or whatever. It was a gift or it's connected to somebody or somebody. There's all sorts of things that when I run these trains, it's like, oh, Sid helped me fix that one. Thanks, buddy. Ah, RBP. Duh. All right. Oh, there's the Greyhound Challenger that the Three Rails Four Dads helped me get. Love those guys. Love those friends I've made. So, yeah, lots of really cool stuff. It's more like the trains are cool, but the people and the connections that we make with them are cooler. Um, Not getting too sappy here. Oh, hi, Bella. Thanks for stopping in. What's up? Happy holidays. What's up, Dan? That Mr. Roger Charlie jingle is going to hit me like a sleeper agent activation. The nostalgia. That's great. Sorry, I'm just reading through some of these comments. Yeah. Steamroller Willie's family lives in the same town he does. Nice and easy. Yeah, it's always great when you got family close by, unless you don't like them, and then you kind of wish that you lived further away. And that distance is what keeps things healthy, right? But no, my sister lived in Chicago for a little while, and that was kind of tough on the family, especially when they adopted. And my mom's first grandbaby, they had to drive 6 hours anytime they wanted to go see him. So really glad that they moved back to town. It's it's a lot of fun having family close by. Oh, Steamer Willie needs a Polar Express and a Lion Master Challenger. Yes, you do. Um, I'm on I already break my rules when it comes to the big boy and challenger because my rule is don't get duplicates of stuff. I'm starting to break that more now that I have some northerns. Like I've got the Daylight, I've got that Western Pacific GS 64. Those are essentially the same engine, but not. They're not. Um, but like I've only got one Decapod, one Atlantic, one Mogul. I try and keep it 1 to 1 to 1 so that way we can have some cool variety around here. And not just paint jobs, like what the actual engine looks like too. But 4014, kind of impossible not to have with my little rail fan. It's his favorite. And 4023 on the hill here in Omaha. Um, Actually, really cool story recently about 4023. If you guys watched my video on the story, you saw at the end that they had just recently repainted it. One of the guys from the Jenks shops with Union Pacific that did the repaint reached out and said, "Hey, great video I saw on YouTube of 4023. Glad you guys enjoyed the work that we put in on that." And so I responded like, "Dude, thank you for doing that. That was must not have been an easy job." And he's like, "Yeah, especially with only two people." I'm like, "What?" When they said the crew from the Jenks shops was here to do the repaint, I imagined at least like 4 or 5 guys working on that, but it was two of them. Two guys, 68 days, um, not just a repaint, but restoring uh, quite a bit of the rust sections on Big Boy 4023. The steam chests were literally just like opening up, and there was like two holes on the bottom of the steam chests up front. I can't remember if the back ones had it too, but it was getting bad. But they took out the crud and welded in new metal. He said there's more he would have liked to do, but they only had so much time and only so much budget. It looks fantastic, and he was telling me some fun stories about working up there. And I thanked him for cleaning underneath the engine, and he's like, "Wow, thank you! Like that's like the most thankless job on the face of the planet. That's the job that sucks the most, cleanliness wise and everything, that nobody ever notices." Like, well, I have a corgi that when we bring up there, she's kind of a low rider. She likes to walk underneath the engine sometimes. I'm like, "Daphne, get out from underneath the Centennial. There's all like trash and junk under there." But they went through. He crawled underneath that thing, um, and cleaned out all the junk under there. And amidst the junk was a raccoon nest, and he knows it was a raccoon's nest because it jumped on him while he was underneath the engine with his respirator on. And he turns around, there's this raccoon on him. So he takes his air gun and sprays it at him to get him to scamper off. But holy crap, can you imagine being underneath a steam locomotive with a bunch of gross junk and trash and all that, and then to feel something land on you and to turn around and see an angry raccoon? That would be terrifying. But yeah, gives me, if I didn't already respect the amount of work that they did to work on that engine, hearing stories like that make you appreciate it even more. So thank you, Mr. Bateman, for all the work that you did Uh, with I didn't get the name of the other guy on the crew, but the two-man crew from the Jenks shops in Arkansas and Pirate, Kansas. There, thank you. It looks wonderful. 5 minutes till I hit an hour. Can I get out of here before it's an hour? I don't know. Lionel LLC. You guys know that that's not Lionel LLC. That it's Stu from Metka, right? I guess no, he is Lionel. Let's face it. What did I miss? Mole Man says when Lionel announced Mr. Rogers' items, I was honestly surprised it didn't offer the trolley. Yeah, I wonder if there's some copyright thing keeping him from doing that. Maybe Stu knows. Let's see, what else did I miss? That was a long story. Getting me to shut up is always the trick. Someone said something about, I think roughly got the last Perry Marquette 1225. Been looking for that scale engine for a long time. Nice. Things I like, Norfolk Southern and UP Heritage units. Ah, well, cool. I really hope that, and I want to say if, because I don't know, maybe it doesn't happen, but if the merger buyout with UP and Norfolk Southern happens, I'm really interested to see what they do with the heritage units. I hope they either keep them in their heritage unit stuff, or would be cool if UP came out with a whole new line of heritage units. Because honestly, some of the like the Katy and the Missouri Pacific that caught fire, some of those heritage units could use a little bit of TLC anyways. But to like do like a whole new line of heritage units would be cool. But then you got to buy more trains. Let's see. The best time with trains being at work with my dad at the Southern Pacific Yard in the 70s. Talk about old stuff. That's cool. Oh, thanks, Dathan. I probably missed you, but thanks for going back to bed. Oh, that's right. You're up late. Raccoon living in the big boy is my spirit animal. Ben still shots. Raccoon living in the big boy. Yeah, you're not wrong. Um, Remember, Raccoon, keep 25 feet back from the tracks. Well, they're not live tracks. Although they always say don't assume that tracks aren't live, but these are literally, you can see the beginning and the end of the tracks. Will Lionel be, wait, will Lionel, let's see, will be Lionel when Stu does a hostile takeover? Yes! You know, there are a few things that I would fly across the country to go support. But if we needed an angry mob or even a happy mob to accompany Stu for a, let's not say hostile takeover, let's just say a merger. Stu taking over Lionel. Yeah, no, I would show up for that, buddy. I would. I'd be there. I'd be there all day. Uh, Pierre, it's not Pere. Pierre, I don't know, Aiden. I'm not French. Would you like a croissant? Omelette du fromage. It's Pierre Marquette? Okay. Pierre Marquette. I'll try and remember that. Pierre. Like Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan Cat. Nope. Um, Prediction: Lionel will make more Reading T1s and the Southern Pacific GS series for the 250th. Maybe if we're lucky, Texas and Pacific 210-4, all in Freedom Train colors, of course. Yes, because if 2025 was our 125th anniversary of Hudson Land, we can get out of Hudson Land and go with American Freedom Train Land. That would be cool. Would love that. More Freedom Train, more America, more flags and spangly colored trains. UP donated the ballroom. Pretty sure the merger is promised. Oh yeah, the ballroom. I'm not getting to get in politics with trains, but it's kind of hard to avoid in that. Oh, thanks, Rich, for reminding folks to hit the like button, folks. What's up, Russ Bell? Thanks for joining us. What's up, man? Let the rallying begin. Are you saying rallying behind Stu? Or are you saying rallying whenever I hear rallying, I don't think of political arguments. I think of a bunch of cars with roll cages going 90 miles an hour through the woods with a co-driver. Previous life. I'm still in like shoot. I just keep watching the Gymkhana that Travis Pastrana did with his Subaru in Australia out there. That was epic. It's kind of a rally car. It's mostly just a crazy stunt car. Let's see. Train Master Challenger says I need a few cars from the American Freedom Train. Yeah, I was looking through some older catalogs. I think the 2016 catalog had some Freedom Train cars in there. My thing is, if it's bigger than 18-inch car, it's not going to run here. They did make the Freedom Train with K-Line. I love those K-Line GS models. But I think I've got enough K-Line GS models right now, so I'll pass on that. Oh man, Aiden, you got me again. Yep, 1 hour. Shoot. Big Rich asks, what's the longest freight you have, and do you have the 86-foot boxcar? No, I don't have modern freight. We just have all the 40s and 50s kind of stuff here, so we have the freight cars to go with them. But the longest freight car I have, aside from, oh, I can't tell you guys what I got Ray that I still won't give to him because he doesn't have a big boy. Um, I think the longest car I have was actually a gift from Train World. Ken Jr. sent my son a birthday present back in October, and he signed a little card, said that he liked our RBP Atlantic video, and he sent my son a RBP pup trailer flat car. First of all, super cool. Thank you, Ken. Um, Second of all, that thing is actually pretty long. It's pretty big. I'm used to all my semi-scale flat cars, and that thing's a good size. That might be the longest car we have. Might be, I don't know. Aside from our passenger cars, the longest passenger cars we have are 18. And for now, it is limited to the Rio Grande Heritage cars that I have. For now. Stu is likely sitting there thinking, I don't want to do that job. Yeah, no, everyone, and that's the thing. Like I see it all the time with like sports and stuff. You have all your guys sitting back. Oh no, they should have run that play. Oh no, they should have done that. Oh, it's the coach's fault. Oh, they didn't do this. Oh, blah 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 blah. Everyone says what they should have done because hindsight is the easiest thing to just sit back and critique. But to actually do the job is something entirely different. However, my friend Ross with Atlas, my friend Jay with Third Rail, are proving that you can still make people happy and run a company. So if you build it, they will come. I was talking with RJ. I'm like, man, how many folks blow up Jay's inbox about trains that they want him to make? He's like, yeah, I'm sure he does, but it also is a good way for him. He uses that as a way to gauge, hey, I got one message about this one train one time. Probably shouldn't make that one. I got 300 messages about one train. Okay, that might be enough interest to warrant making something. Whereas if all of us in the chat and all of us that subscribe to everybody in O Gauge everywhere all emailed Lionel to make a train, I don't know that they would listen. Stu would. Stu's really got his finger on the pulse of the community, and all the work that he puts in for the custom runs shows that. Love the custom run stuff from Metka. We love our little green, and it gets a lot of runtime this time of year because it's got a green boiler and Christmas, right? It's fun when you can cherry pick one or two products to do a custom run. It's a whole another thing to plan an entire line. I didn't even read that until after kind of basically saying that same thing. But yeah, it's it is a completely different thing to choose what trains to run versus to choose what canvases to throw on predetermined trains. Because you can only do custom runs of what's in the catalog that year. Big Rich says, I highly suggest you get a log train. They're a lot of fun thanks to Uncle Salty. Yeah, because we've got the Heisler still. I had thought about selling it actually. And then I ran it. If you want to keep something, run it. Trains that collect dust are easier to sell. But the second you throw it on the tracks, like you're taking pictures of it to sell, don't power it on. You know it works. Don't power it on. You'll want to keep it. 66, Sama says he's back. Who's back? What'd I miss? There's something in the comments. Still waiting for the Dadified custom run. Yeah. I think I'll just stick to doing stickers on cars because it's way cheaper for me to do that than for Stu to sign the check on how many trains I'm going to request made through Metka. Stickers on cars is fine. I'm actually looking at doing another custom caboose. This type of caboose. Because there's a Northern Pacific caboose that I want to get. But I found this thing, and it's really cool. But they also apparently didn't exist. It's a bay window boxcar work caboose thing. It's so cool. But yeah, Northern Pacific didn't run anything like this, and as far as I can tell, no other railroads did either. I can see things that are kind of close, but I think MTH was just having fun with this one, and I like that. And so, because it didn't really exist, and Dadified doesn't really exist, this would be cool to do, like, take the lettering off of here and put a big old Dadified shield on there. Green or red or blue or otherwise. It'd be cool to do a custom run of these. It's just a neat design. I like these. Let's see. Rich is always talking about people's logs. Okay. Let's see. What else am I missing? Whoa, more comments. Very cool. You need to find one of those. Yeah, I love those cabooses. I just wish that they were real, but the fact that they're not, but they still seem like they could have been a thing is what's cool to me. Remind me to bring mine to the club sometime. Oh, that's right. Steam Rail Willie actually has a UP version of this. I've seen the Northern Pacific. I've seen the Baltimore and Ohio. I've seen the New York Central version of this. I've never seen the UP one. And then, of course, he finds one. It's like, dang it. That'd be so cool. Let's just give you some stickers. You can make a Dadified run of it. I do have more of those coming. I need to get off my butt and just mail out stickers. Because there's a couple guys that are waiting, and it's by no fault of their own. I've got the stickers ready to run. I just haven't got the cards to put them in. I will mail out stickers, so message me on Instagram or Facebook if you want some. Metka just got me on the Ben's Train / Gamble Central. Oh, they got you. Yeah, no, Jim Gam's cool, dude. Love that guy. And I would probably have Gamble Central if it wasn't modern. I told Ben the same thing. Ben's Trains keeps doing all these modern freight because they're all about the big box booms. I don't know what to call that. But no, they like all their gigantic, oversized modern freight, and that's fine, but I'm never going to get one. But because I'm never going to get one, it is neat to kind of have those custom runs on the layout. Like when we run RBP around here, it's like, oh yeah, that's the guy that kind of inspired us to do all this stuff. So if you run like a Woodside Reefer, I am in because I love these things. And everyone loves Atlas, and Atlas has the tooling for the Woodsides now. So make your custom runs in something smaller so we can run it. The big modern freight stuff is cool, but it does start Chris found that out real quick when he did his custom run of the the ST, I don't know whatever modern diesel. Chris did his first RBP train in, um, right out of the gates, excluded a bunch of folks from being able to even get it because they can't run it. My son was kind of heartbroken about that. So when he announced the little switcher, like, perfect. And then he announced the steam engine, like, great, now we have to have two RBP trains. It's fine. Some of the few new engines I've bought have been because they're custom runs. The RBP train stuff, the Metka custom run of the Rio Grande Mogul. Everything else is secondhand because they'll run it eventually. Looks like a drover's caboose. Yeah, I thought that too, but the drover's caboose like is either just a box at the back or has like a cupola to it instead. But I've totally heard that before, Salty. What did Newt do now? What did I miss? Great. I gotta scroll back up again. You guys are too fast and I talk too much. Oh, about the logs. I didn't miss that. I at least all right. So I am more caught up than I thought. Viker says the bay window caboose is a close match to a U.S. Army Guard car for training or a training caboose from World War II. That's cool, and that's era specific. Ha! I'm a nerd. Oh, Trainmaster Challenger says he would get one. I found mine years ago at a Lincoln shop called Randy's Roundhouse. I've been to Randy's Roundhouse. That's where I got the Omaha Cold Storage reefer car. My buddy Sleeves Rail Archives, um, he lives out that way, so he visits him much more than I can. See, there's something about 30 and 40-foot cars. I think, wait, are the 30-foot cars like the 30 and 40-footers? Oh, yeah, that's what we have. Yeah. I always forget like the actual size of these things. Hello, Trains by Dave. Thanks for joining us. There's still 2 RBP cars left at Train World. I don't know what TOFC means. Something flat car, maybe? Oh, is that the flat car one? That's cool. I can't wait to drop my... Why did I start reading that comment? You guys almost got me. It's like, I'm like Ron Burgundy. If you put it on a teleprompter, he will read it, folks. It's gonna get me in trouble. The trouble is, I'm trying to keep up with the comments, and so I don't proofread before I start saying it. And my little pants went to France. Actually, that's Bruce Almighty reference, but same teleprompter joke. Trailer on flat car. Gotcha. Neat. I didn't know that's what TOFC means, but now I do. Learning. So yeah, is there anything else you guys have questions on? I should probably wrap stuff up here. We're, hour and 15 pretty much at this point. The Tuesday streams have been so much fun. Seeing you guys come out and in force. I don't even know how many of you guys are in here. Chime in real quick. I want to see how many folks are still watching at this point. Even if you don't normally chime in, just blow up the comments. I want to see how many folks we have in here. Oh, Tom's in here still. He got the teleprompter joke. Tom, do you run it? I feel like you're better at this than I am. I don't really see you guys messing up. You and Mad Trains messing up with teleprompter issues like NoobTube is over here. Still here. Chooch is still in. Aiden's in here. Ben still draws. I'm so glad I finished my first semester of college last week so I can watch these now. Yay! We'll be here next Tuesday before Christmas as well. Harry's still in here. Don't rap. This is more fun than working. J Farm Display is still in here. Awesome. Oh, Sleeves did pop in. Woohoo! We were just talking about you. Were your ears burning there, buddy? You're not too far from me. Pilot Drummer's still in here. Ben still draws. Oh, yes. No, I just saw you like a minute ago. This is also shout out session right now, apparently. Second to none. Mr. Big Rich, of course. This is better than 3 Rails 4 Dads. The chat gets crazy. And no Ray. Well, the chat gets crazy because I read everything. Oh, man. Yep. Uncle Salty's still present, which is saying a lot because we are drinking during our lives. Oh, yeah. It's saying a lot that you guys can make I don't know, maybe drinking during the lives helps you like be a little bit less frantic with it because you're more relaxed. And I'm frantically trying to keep up with this ever flowing comment stream. What did you miss, Sleeves? We were just talking about Randy's Roundhouse. Um, and I have a caboose that Steamrail Willie, that lives in Columbus, found at Randy's Roundhouse, and I'm super jealous. Beaker's still watching. Thanks for joining us. Probably helps you slow down, Tom. I bet. Yeah, cool. Good crew in here. If you haven't already, I always feel slightly dumb about plugging this, but I've been guilty of. Oops, hit the mic. I've been guilty of missing the like button until like the very end of the stream because when I'm watching on my phone, a lot of times like last night when I was watching Nick's Crossing, I had him on my phone while I was getting some other work done, and the comment section on your mobile blocks the like and share and all that other stuff, and so you don't think about it, and the stream ends, and off you go. So it does help. Thanks, guys. Lionel LLC, Mr. Stu. Drinking during a YouTube live event is bad. I don't know. I think Gold Standards and Mad have that down to an art. And speaking of art, Art has it down, but you and Del and Ray, the LCCA, it's so funny because like Larkin, that was our guest that night, is not really into the whole drinking thing. And so I'm pretty sure he was slightly mortified during the last half hour of that stream to see what had devolved into what was left of Del and Ray and Stu. It was still good. I wonder if that's why that one has so many views, because people just want to see that unfold. And you can notice as the stream goes through, you can see the progression of drunkenness. This is fizzy water. It's not. I normally have my Atlas cup, but I think it's still in the wash. Tim's in here. What's up, buddy? Ray gives as good as he gets. What? Okay. See, this is where I need to proofread more. Let's try up an hour and a half. I don't know. I should try and reel it in here soon. Lunch lives are the new. Oh, are there other folks? Are there other folks doing lunch live streams? Honestly, so I try not to step on toes. There's a lot of content creators, that do good work, have excellent followings, and they should, because they're doing good work. That's when you put the work in, people notice. And I wanted to do live stream stuff because it's so fun connecting with you guys on here, and also being able to address like smaller questions and stuff like that. Something that wouldn't warrant its own video, but now suddenly has a mention in a live stream. So live streams accomplish a lot of great things, but there's only 7 nights a week, and there's definitely more than 7 good YouTube channels that have regular shows, and I didn't want to step on any of that. So I'm like, instead of trying to find an evening time, I have time now, and some of you guys do too here. So it's been a lot of fun doing the lunch live streams. I'm enjoying it. It seems like you guys are too. And we've still got a good crew in here, even though like some of the regulars that you normally see in the evening shows, some of them can't make it out to this. A lot of you guys still can. So thanks for skipping work or whatever it is you're doing. Or if you work nights, I don't know. Heist loves to drink and stream. Ha! I think so. I just watched a really interesting one of him with Reading to Northern 2101. That engine's amazing. I need to get out there and check that engine out sometime. when your name rhymes with the brew, you're gonna have a good time. I guess so. Get drunk on fizzy water. Yeah, good luck with that, Ben. I won't. Mike Caboose. Mike, let's see that caboose. Oh, you want to see the caboose? What? This thing? I thought we did that enough, but I don't know if I would have to figure out how to do a custom run of these, or just find enough of them to just paint or whatever. But because this work caboose didn't really exist, it's a boxcar bay window caboose. I just thought it would be fun to put a Dadified logo on here, since Dadified didn't really exist as a railroad either. But it kind of sort of looks like the Overland Route logo. That's definitely intentional. Um, but yeah, this would be a cool thing to make a custom run of. But MTH would have to run these in order to do that custom run. I don't know how to do that. So for now, I'm just going to keep putting stickers on things. People have called me stickerfied before. I had somebody ask, why am I dadified? Well, other than me being a dad, and I got into this hobby from being a dad, the original name of this channel was Bazookafied because I had a Nerf and laser tag channel that you can still find the videos for. Um, and so when I altered the name of the channel, I still wanted to have like a little bit of an homage to the original channel name. Let's see. The choo-choo is large. Yes, yeah, I think he opened his show with that heisted. That was funny. He's got a good sense of humor. I like that. Oh, Joe Hampton's been retired for 20 years, so he got plenty of lunch live streams open. That's great. Oh, what I miss up here? My dad works for a distillery and gets 50 bottles of his own custom brew. Oh, that's cool. Maybe we just need to do Dadified brew would probably be O'Doul's. It's not that I don't drink, but as a dad, promoting drinking would probably be frowned upon. With all the focus of stuff that I do with like father and son sort of stuff. And that's why the night streams work better for those other dads. Kids are asleep. Oh, sorry, 2102. I misspoke. Thank you for the Reading and Northern. Sorry about that. Man, between that and Pierre Marquette, whoops, I'm slipping. MTH might still have the molds for the cabooses. That'd be cool. I go to car shows with Heist. What? Salty, you go to car shows with him? That's cool. I need to go to a car show again soon. Upgraded the right-of-way Great Northern 2AAO to Blue Nami yet? No. It's just been it's been oh, he's down here now. It's been a busy holiday season. Um and I've been working on other stuff to get stuff ready for Christmas. Would be nice to run that big green and red one with Blue Nami, but we've just been running it in conventional up here because ZW! Yay! So much easier to run conventional down here. Dadified root beer. I could team up with Menards because Menards has the Sprecher or whatever it's called, root beer factory that I have over there in my layout. We could do a Menards custom run of Dadified root beer. That'd be hilarious. All right. Well, gonna wrap things up here because we're now rounding the corner to an hour and a half, and you guys have heard me ramble on long enough, and my voice is getting a little bit shot. I don't know why I'm talking so loud. It's just me in the house. The drunkified. No, fewer than 5 times in my life, pal. And no hangovers. I've never woken up with that much regret and sick. I mentioned Lark earlier. Don't forget to vote Lark and Captain Andy on Ben's Trains Awards. Yeah, Ben's got that cool end of year awards thing going on. Jump on Instagram and vote if you guys haven't already. Yeah, Hunter, that's true. He said he heard the ZW and right away transformer can fry the electronics in newer engines. That's true if you don't wear protection. I've got breakers and some TVS diode things in there. I forget exactly the term for them, but the line's protected. We're good. I wouldn't be running all these modern engines if they weren't. Actually, I did for the first week because I didn't have the TVS modules in yet. I lived very dangerously that week. But no, everything's been fine. And every now and then when we get a derailment, then the little breaker goes click. and I put it back on the track, and I click it back in, and everything's fine. Um, so yeah, you can take certain measures to make older transformers work better. I don't know about the right away one. I thought that one was pretty resilient. Sid runs the right away ones, and I think Matty C has a right away transformer. I wanted to get one. I saw it on eBay, but it's just too expensive. Maybe I can convince Sid to sell me one of his because I think he's got like 5. But yeah, cheers everyone. Thanks for stopping in tonight. Oh, Rail Chief stopped in. Hey, sorry buddy, I'm just closing up shop here, but you can always watch the recap to see what you missed. But it's in a nutshell, Christmas is coming soon. Some of us are getting trains. Some of us are getting gift cards for trains. Talked about this train back here that was given to my son at the train mall and got it running easily. Lots of feel good, fun stuff. Lots of me reading comments I maybe should not have. Um, and apparently, I need to do a custom run of that cool work caboose deal. So, thank you guys for joining me on the lunch live stream. We'll see you guys next Tuesday, same bat channel, same time, and everything. Um, my son will likely be in on that one a bit, so that'll be fun. Sometimes the live stream stuff like has his attention for like 20 minutes, and then he goes off and does something else, which is fine. It also might mean that the live stream only lasts 20 minutes. But yeah, we'll do this again because it's a good time. And thank you all for your support and for stopping in. And we'll see you on the next one. Oh, I got to turn this thing off. Pay no attention to the man behind the camera. Doop.